Does anyone really do podcast intros anymore? Is that a thing? We're in season 4. I'm your host, Emily, of your Densey Corker podcast. And I think I'm over the intro. I think I'm over it. I think we're just going to dive right in. And welcome to the podcast. If you're new, I'm so excited you're here. We have 3 seasons for you to catch up on. So get on it. And I'm so excited for season 4. It has been a whirlwind of the last 5 months. I've been running my business for over 4 years now. And I love every minute of it. I'm an HR consultant, and I really bring the Gen Z flair to it, as you do. And I, I don't know. It's been a whirlwind. Let's dive in. So we are back with season 4 of your Gen Z Coworker podcast, and this season, I'm excited for. If you'll notice, we have a little bit of our intimate vibe here. We are no longer recording in a studio. We are officially in my office. It's a vibe. I think we could use a little more decor, a little more pizzazz, but we'll get there. There's going to be a lot more of solo episodes this season that are going to be shorter, punchier, not drawn out conversations. And going to dive into some bigger topics. I think, as you do, you tend to keep things vanilla. Is that the word I'm looking for? Oatmeal? I don't know. We kind of keep things a little even toned, pretty basic topics, just to kind of warm people up, right? And I think I'm tired of that. It's not me. I like to have the big conversations. I like to have challenging conversations. And I want people to think differently. I think that's always my goal. Anytime I speak at a conference, anytime I'm talking to a new client, I want you to think about things in a different way. Think about things in a Gen Z way. Think about things in it's 2025. We should be thinking about things differently way. That's how I want to approach the season. So there's going to be more solo episodes. We're going to be recording here in my office. I'm still going to have guest episodes, not as frequent, and I'm going to be pretty particular about who I have on my podcast. And yeah, I'm pumped. It's going to be great. And there's going to be no intros anymore because number one, they feel awkward and stuffy. And number two, they're just awkward and stuffy. We're just going to leave it at that. So this episode is a little bit of a catch-up episode. This is we're gonna have, I don't do coffee, but we're gonna have our water together. Make sure you drink that water, and yeah, I don't know. We'll dive in. So let's talk about season 3. We wrapped up season 3 in June of 2025. We took a little bit of a summer break. Because it's summer. So, and I live in Southern Ontario, so we got to embrace this weather. It was a hot summer, woo, but I loved it. We had a really great season last season. We were recording in Blackmore Studio in Woodstock, Ontario, for a lot of the episodes, a few virtual episodes too, with some really amazing guests. We had a really amazing last guest, if I will say. If you did not watch the episode with Mallory Rowan, who is a burnout educator, business startup guru, get on that. It was a really great episode, and I'm a little bit of a fangirl. So having her on the podcast was just chef's kiss. So good. So it's been a really great way to talk to people in different areas. This podcast, it's been able to explore a lot of different topics. But like I said, season 4, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And I'm really excited. I have some notes already planned for other episodes, but I also feel like we're probably going to stick with the same schedule-ish of podcast episodes. Every other week, new episodes. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Other news. So that's talking about the podcast. The next thing I want to talk to you about is the business. Where is the business at? So I have been in business for over 4 years now. And since we talked last in June, I really took the summer to embrace summer. I wasn't posting a lot on my socials. I did a lot of camping trips, which was really awesome. And it really wouldn't be me if I didn't put life before work or life before business. And I don't know, I feel refreshed. I always feel like September is a really great fresh start. Second to a new year beginning. I don't know if it's from being in school every year, and like every September felt like a new start. But yeah, so I really took the summer to just embrace summer, and I hope you did too, wherever summer is for you. Now that we're back into the swing of things of September, and I finished all of our camping trips and vacations and things like that, now I'm ready I'm going to be posting more on socials. I've got the podcast up and running again, and I'm opening my books for clients again. So I've been noticing a lot of trends. I always keep up on everything that's going on in the HR world, and we're going to be talking about more of that stuff this season on the podcast. I might even do like little special episodes when news stories come up to keep things relevant. But it's been a wild summer. Our economy in at least where I am in southwestern Ontario, it could be better. It could be better. And it's making a lot of people hold on to their jobs a lot longer than we were seeing, in 2022 when job hopping became a real thing. And at the Great Resignation, quiet quitting, all those pieces. I think people are definitely more aware of what their career looks like, but we're getting to a point of money's tight. We got to keep the job. So that's one of the shifts that we're seeing. I'm also seeing there was an announcement done about return to office. So a lot of government offices, banks, and even other like private companies too have a return to office requirement that has to be done by, I think it's January of 2026. But we'll dive into that in another episode. And that's causing a lot of stress for employees because commuting, because a lot of people moved, because it's a big toll on people to come into the office all the time. And I think we realize that. And we're going to have this discussion in another episode. But, it ties into the pieces of like commute, productivity, trust, and a whole lot of other things. But yeah, so it's been an interesting few months since we last talked in June, but everything that I talk about and everything that I believe in, nothing's changed in that realm. We are still focusing on putting life before work. We are still talking about individuality in the workplace. And we're also always talking about well-being. So that's the business update. Now we need to do a book update, which I don't even have one sitting with here. One second. I'm back with my book. My book. My freaking book. This has been a work in progress since November of 2023. November of 2023, I had done a little partnership with a friend of mine, and we were kind of pushing ourselves outside of our comfort zone. So I think for like, it must have been a week or like 10 days, we would each send each other something that we needed to do to move our business forward. And a lot of the things that I had was stemming from this book because it had been an idea forever. And I wasn't acting on it. So we had this partnership of we would send each other what we needed to do like first thing in the morning, and then we would complete it that day, and we had to show proof of how we did it and what we did, which was really exciting. And it really pushed me to kind of like get the basis of this book together. And because I started working on it, the flow started to like really happen, and then it fizzled. But I mean, that's the process of writing this book. So yeah, it's been like a year and a half in the making, and it's here, which is crazy. I officially launched pre-sales of the book in June. So it would have been, I think I launched pre-sales at the beginning of June, but I had already pre-recorded all the podcasts. So we didn't like talk much about it on the podcast, but pre-sales are over. It's now just officially for sale. So if you are looking to purchase the book, We're Human Not Resources, absolutely get the book. I'm not going to sit here and be like, don't buy my book. I'm going to be like, buy my book. we had the launch party in mid-July, so I worked or I partnered with a local coffee shop here in Woodstock, Beantown Coffee. Janet is just incredible and was so supportive. So we had a great book launch party in July. I had so many great friends and family come out, which was just like heartwarming and like overwhelming at the same time because I was just so grateful to have their support, which was just so cute. Um, and Oh, and then we had the whole fiasco of whether the books were going to arrive or not. So I think, yeah, it must have been beginning of June I opened resales, but I didn't get the physical books. I didn't get the delivery of books till the beginning of July. So it was a little stressful. And to all the people who pre-ordered, I'm so grateful that you held out for for a copy of the book, and I'm so glad I got it to you. Yeah, we got them just in time for the book launch party. So that was good. Um, it was a process to write this book. It really was. And having it here in my hand and looking at it, it was all worth it. It was all worth it. It was worth all the tears that I cried, all the late nights, all the, I don't know, self-doubt that came into it. And I'm going to be having a little behind the scenes video coming soon. So that'll be put up on my YouTube channel. So I'm so excited to pull that together. I've got so much video content and pictures and photos. I'll do a little bit of a voiceover and then just kind of like a recap video too of, the process of writing this book. If you don't know what this book is about, I'll read you the back part of it. Okay. Human resources is about being human, right? We don't just have AI analyzing job applications, companies conducting performance reviews via anonymous surveys, or no reply addresses sending generic rejection emails. Or are we missing something here? It's time to un-Karen the way we look at and manage HR. Take it from Emily Van Straten, me, Gen Z HR consultant, content creator, and host of Your Gen Z Coworker podcast. After working 12 different jobs in 7 different industries by the time she was 24, she took a running start to entrepreneurship after she realized at every job she worked at, she cared more about the results of the employee survey and how her coworkers were handling their workload than her actual job. In this book, aka Emily's Challenge to the Status Quo, you'll discover how to rethink outdated 9-to-5 norms, how to properly compensate and appreciate the heck out of your staff, how to embrace flexibility and prioritize mental health, what it really means to put the human back into human resources, and so much more. In this no filter, as Gen Z as you can get, entertaining book filled with knowledge, anecdotes, and actionable steps, Emily will guide you through what it takes to create meaningful, human-centered work environments. Get ready to ditch the buzzwords because work should be a place where we can all thrive, not just survive. That sounds pretty good to me. I'm just so proud of this. I'm so proud of it. I'm so grateful for everyone that I worked with to pull this together. Huge shout out to my sister for editing the book for me. She has a little bookworm. I'll link her in the show notes, but yeah, check her out. She's my little bookworm, and I'm so grateful to have her edit the book for me. And then shout out to Megan from The Brand Witch. She did the design of the cover after some much Emily being very particular about what she was looking for. So I'm so grateful for it. We had a different idea for the cover, and I'm going to talk about that in the behind the scenes video, and then I completely shifted what I wanted. But she did a great job. It's super simple, super sleek. And I think that's just exactly what I was looking for, because that's what the book is about, kind of pulling all the ideas together about how we're human before we're resources. And also shout out to Courtney from Courtney Richardson Photography. I did these brand photos. Must have been last year. Oh yeah, it would have been like last October, I think. We did these brand photos, which was just perfect so that I could have a photo to go on the back of the book. If you're looking to purchase the book, I guess I should say that, you can buy it on Amazon. So Amazon.ca or Amazon.com, wherever you're located, you can buy the book there. And then it'll get shipped to you. If you're local to me, if you're like in and around the Woodstock area. You can also buy the book directly from me. You can just get it on my website. So thinkhr.ca, go to the book section, and then you can do the local pickup option. So I'm so excited. It's so exciting. Okay, I'm good. I'm going to be weaving different themes of the book into the podcast as well. So this book has a lot of different topics in it that we cover. Why human comes first, rich bitch energy, keeping it loosey-goosey, more than a job title, all these different pieces. And so we're really going to like weave those topics into the podcast as much as we can. I have no idea why I say we so much because it's literally me, myself, and I, but you get it. Also, what's exciting with the book, which I want to mention, is it must have been just before I put the manuscript into Kindle Direct Publishing, because I self-published the book, which is also a feat in itself. And I think so often people are like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm like, yeah, it's no big deal. But like, I need to remember that it is kind of a big deal. So I self-published the book, and just before I did that, I submitted it to reader views. So I have a friend that works in the book publishing field, and she said that every indie author that they work with, they recommend to submit their book to reader views. And so reader views is they provide like book publicity for authors. They do like legit reviews, I guess, of books. So what I did is I submitted it on a whim. The manuscript wasn't even like technically finished. But I submitted it, and I was like, it's just like putting your resume out in the world. You just do it. You just do it. And you're just like, this is it. We're doing it. Calling it a day, moving on. So I submitted it to reader views, and shortly after, I received a 5-star review. A 5-star review. So if you check it out on Reader View's website, I have it printed. I'm going to frame it. It's a big deal. You can check it out there, but it was so validating, I guess, as much as we try not to lean into the metrics of everything. It was nice to know that someone who has no idea who I am, no idea what I talk about, no idea anything like that. It was really heartwarming and validating to hear that I did a good job with my book. So check out the 5-star review. I'm going to talk about it more in the behind the scenes video of writing the book. But I'm so grateful. I'm so excited, and I hope you love the book and enjoy it. And now with the book into play too, there's a lot that's going into it. So I'm working on getting it into some public libraries. I'm working on getting it into bookstores, and it's very overwhelming. But I'm doing the best that I can. So one step at a time, one day at a time, which I'm reminding myself. And yeah. Woo. What else? I guess the other thing that I would love to update you on is I don't talk too much about my personal life. I like to keep some things private, as you should. But high level things, I'm working on our wedding planning for, we're getting married next fall, which I'm so excited about. So I'm working on some wedding planning on the side of things. Oh gosh, I did. If you know me through social media, I have done duathlons, which is run, bike, run, and triathlons, swim, bike, run. For the last like 11 years, actually, I've kind of done, one race a year-ish. I took a little bit of a hiatus when I was in university, but so I've been doing races for quite a while. My dad did triathlons a while ago, and he kind of inspired me to do it. And so I did one race this year. Last year I did like 2 or 3 races, same as the year before. But this year I did one race because I was like, no, I'm going to do it, and it's going to be nice and close. It was good. It was good. Train. Just make sure you train. I did not train as much as I should have, and I know that, and I've recognized that. But I did do I competed in a duathlon at Lakeside, which is close to my hometown. So it was really nice. It was fun. It was a beautiful day. And I'm so glad I did it. And it reminds me that I can do hard things like recording a podcast episode. Just kidding. This isn't hard. Triathlon is much harder. It was a longer distance than I was used to, and it was definitely a struggle. A few tears once I crossed the finish line, but it was really fun. And I always post stuff like that on my social media. So make sure you take a look at that. We had some really great camping trips this season. The first one really sucked. We went camping up at Algonquin the beginning of June, backcountry camping. We were portaging with a canoe. Black flies were everywhere. It was bad. We're moving on. And the other thing too is I don't talk about this much on the podcast and with my business and stuff, but I do also have a full-time job. So I took a maternity leave contract for a local organization back in early spring of this year. And it's an 18-month contract. So I am there until January of 2027. Things are still running with the business. Things are still going. Things are still moving. But I have a lot on my plate. But my fiance and I are really hoping to buy a house, and that's a priority for us. And so the easiest way to do that is to make as much money as possible and have a steady income, because as much as I've been running my business for 4 years, meeting with a mortgage broker, they still don't like it. They still don't love the whole self-employed thing. So I will play by the rules for now. And and then we'll go from that. But needless to say, it's been a wild, wild last few months. Podcast wrap up, thing going on with the business, taking a break over the summer, working on the book and everything that's going on with that. And then just things in personal life. So it's been a bit. And this episode, we can do some reflections. We can do some life lessons if that's really important to you. But I just wanted to preface the season as, you know what, this is my life. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is what things looked like previously. This is what things are going to look like going forward. And I think it kind of just goes to speak of like life is seasonal, right? And you kind of just like go with the ebb and flow. And even if you have these goals or plans or this should be done and we need to do this, it's not everything. And I think I'm really trying to focus more on the journey, which is just like the most cliche thing to say. But I mean it. I'm really trying to focus on the journey and embracing the everyday. And it's a Sunday morning right now. It is beautiful outside. I'm in full glam at 7:30 in the morning, and I'm going to the beach after this. You got to do what you got to do. It's been wild. It's been really fun. But I love this. And so I will always make it a priority, no matter what I do. But so this is just kind of your reminder that you really don't know what everyone else is going through. You don't know what season of life people are in. But chasing goals isn't everything, I will say. And I'm like probably the worst person to say that because I have a lot of goals. But it's not everything. Focus on the journey, focus on the day-to-day, one day at a time. You only get one of these lives. There's your philosophical moment of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit more if you are new here. If you're not new here, I hope you enjoyed the little recap of the last June, July, August, 3-4 months since we kind of last officially talked. I'm so excited for this next season of the podcast. It is going to be great. We're going to dive into some really great topics. And it's going to be a hoot. It's going to be great. So thanks so much for joining me on another episode of your Gen Z Coworker podcast. Please share this podcast with someone who needs a little Gen Z coworker in their ear, because I am happy to be that person for them. And I cannot wait to talk to you in the next episode. How do I want to end these? I should have a fun tagline. Okay, I'm going to come up with it. I can't come up with it on the spot. But next episode, I'm gonna have a fun little tagline to end this with. Okay. Catch you in the next one.